Okay, so I just woke up and I'm a bit of a complete mess and in bed. But this is apparently the start of my querying vlog journey. Something happened last night that I was not expecting to happen. I met this lovely agent at a conference called Right Hive over the summer. And then I got an email from her yesterday and we were having this like amazing empanada party and just, and having Christmas music and drinking wine, and it was so much fun that it wasn't until like quite late in the night that I remembered I had this email, and I went back and I read it, and she said something to the effect of, this is a fabulous pitch, I'm excited about it, let's start with a partial. You sent me the first 50 pages. I didn't even think I'd started querying, to tell you the truth, and I cannot tell, like my reaction, because I was not expecting this, and I had a lot of wine, so I just stood there. I was like, and legitimately, one of my friends looked at me and said, "What's wrong?" Like, they're very concerned. And I like left the room, stood in the hallway, like sat on a bench for a second, just like breathed, read the email, and came back in and told them. And again, it was a big party, and so everyone kind of like gave me a huge hug and whatever. At this point, like I haven't sent her anything. She hasn't read my writing yet, only the query letter. But what's really cool to me is I sent one query and got a partial, but to be fair, like I already knew this agent, like we chatted, she knew about it. But I didn't expect that to happen at all. And then I've accidentally fulfilled my 2024 goal of sending a query and starting the journey, because I did. I can't believe that happened. So that's good. I'm definitely going to send it out to more agents like today, because I didn't think I started, and I did. So then that's wonderful. And so I'm like, okay, if the reason I'm doing that is if, and this can take time, but if this agent was to request a full, or God forbid, offer representation, I wouldn't have tried anywhere else. And you have to, look around and try for the best fit. So if that's where I am with this, then I have to be there with other agents too, or at least have it in their hands, to be able to do like hey, would you please, like, hey, I have an offer, you have 2 weeks to respond, that kind of thing. I mean, that would be absolute best case scenario. Worst case scenario is like I send it a whole bunch out, and then I get feedback from her and she's like, this is a terrible 50 pages. And then I have a possibility of having sent out, I don't think it's bad quality. I believe in it a lot, but, of having work that's subpar out there. But I think I need to kind of hedge my bets, not hedge my bets, but like, I have to be prepared for both scenarios here and be a little bit strategic. So that's insane. And I am now going to finish eating my coffee cake and start. I have to just re-edit these 50 pages too and like format it correctly. I'm not even right. It's not even formatted. Nuts. Hi, future Nicole here. So I want to give a little bit of context on what I was thinking when I queried that first agent. So first of all, I had been working on my query letter for a while. I think I probably got, I probably wrote it in the spring, and that was December. And so I had been like iterating on it, getting feedback, submitting it to that conference where I got the feedback from that agent. I had it reviewed as part of like a discount from an editor from RevPit. I had it reviewed in a different package. It was in September while I was traveling. I met someone who actually works in book publishing. She's absolutely lovely. She's not an agent or an editor. Like, she doesn't work for a Big Five, but she works with Big Five a lot. She's mostly in nonfiction, but has had experience in fiction. And so we were like hanging out, and she ended up offering to take a look at my query letter for me. And so I think it was in maybe October, November, that I sent her my query letter, and she, took a few weeks and responded back with it, being like, this is good, here is how to make it better. And so she had edited it for me, and she did a really good job on that plot paragraph and gave me really good advice about cleaning things up, reframing. And so her edit of the query letter was what I went forward with, and I wanted to kind of test it one more time before I started actually querying, because I think I was aiming for January for starting. And I said, hey, here was this agent who had read my query letter back in whenever Right Hive was over the summer, I think. And she said, you know, when it's ready, you can send it to me again. Like, you can send it to me for more feedback. It was something vague like that. So I was not sure if she actually wanted to like see the books, if she was interested in them as an agent, or if she was just being like a really nice person. So I just sent the query without the pages and said like, hey, I would love your feedback on this. And then she requested it. And so that's why I was so shocked and like, what? I didn't think I started querying, because I didn't think I started querying. So after I filmed that video, which was, I believe, on a Tuesday, I got to work in, formatting and putting together the partial, but also querying other agents. I believe I queried 5. Yeah, I queried 4 other agents that Friday, and my criteria was that they did not use Query Manager because I did not like my synopsis and I wanted to rewrite it and I didn't feel like rewriting it. So I queried 4 other agents that Thursday, Friday. And come early January, I got my stuff together and I wrote a synopsis, or rewrote the synopsis to something that I liked. And at that point, I queried 6 other agents, ones that did have Query Manager, agents for my list. 2 were ones that had liked a pitch from me in a pitch contest, and all the others were just cold queries. Somewhere in here, I think it was maybe the week after I sent the December batch, I got a form rejection from who was probably one of like the biggest agents on my list, like biggest names, just saying, you know, not for me, blah, blah, blah. So that was like chill. And then we go to January. So I just got in from skiing. That's why my face is so ridiculously red. It's so hilarious. And I'm already enjoying a drink because I got another partial request today. I'm really excited about it, but it's awesome. I will note that I did not have nearly as crazy a reaction, because when did I send the query? It's Wednesday. I think I sent this query on Monday. So she got back to me so fast, which is insane. But we did connect through a pitch event. So she liked my pitch for DV Pitch, which is now not on Twitter, but on Discord. Anyways, this agent had liked my pitch. And so I pitched her on Monday, 2 days ago, 48 hours, and she requested it, which is crazy. So I'm super excited. But it's also very scary to give a partial request, because I'm like, oh no, you know, I hope, you know, with a partial request, I might get some feedback, maybe. I don't know. It also might be like I'm getting a lot of false positives because these are agents that I've already talked to outside. Like, I'm not in the slush pile for these agents, right? Like, they have specifically requested I send them material before I've sent the material, like before they see my writing, and then they see a little bit and they request more material. So that makes sense. So I'm not getting like too excited. The ones that I've like really cold queried, who knows if I'll hear back from them or what, but by tonight, 2 agents will have my partial, which is crazy. I now highly recommend conferences and pitch competitions, I guess. Sweet. The most terrifying and wonderful thing has happened. I just got a big chunk taken out of my lip, so ignore that. I just got an email from a literary agent following up with me to ask if I was still interested in representation. I was like, of course I am. What are you talking about? I sent her a query on December 14th. She replied to me on December 15th requesting a full manuscript. And I missed it.
It never came to my inbox. I swear to God, I was refreshing constantly. I have no idea how I could have possibly missed this request. I don't know. It's insane, which is terrifying. So now I'm gonna go through my inbox and feverishly check to make sure I didn't miss any replies from anybody else. And I'm so glad she responded and said, hey, you want to still submit? Because of course I do. I was surprised I hadn't heard from her, to be honest, because she's a new agent and I was requesting, mine is exactly what she wanted, according to her, what MSWL, whatever it is. So, oh my God, I can't believe she responded within a day and I took over a month to get back to her. This is terrifying. Okay, I have to go clean up this shit. The manuscript is fine. I need to go continue doing one last run through because I'm terrified. No one's asked for the full thing yet. Okay, this is good. This is good, but scary. First, I have to go through my inbox and try to see how the hell this happened to me once before. Maybe I have to see what day it happened on. Maybe it was while I was in the air. Because she sent it on December 15th, I was on a flight for part of that day. And this happened once before where I got an email and I was so anxious about it and never got a reply. And I was like, oh no, I feel so bad. And then suddenly I was going through my inbox and there was a reply to my email that I'd just never seen before. I had no idea she responded. So I don't know what's going on, but I don't even know how to check this, but I'm gonna go figure that out. And okay, this is my third request. So now I have 2 partials and 1 full. Okay, here's the thing. I am smart enough to know that these are probably all going to be rejections. However, I think I can rule out the fact that there's something wrong with the query and or the first however many pages when that happens. Because I have queried 11 agents and I've gotten 3 requests so far. So I think that's actually very good. But we'll see what they think of the actual book because I don't know, I've tried to fix, there's a couple chapters in there that I've done my best with, but God, it's not perfect in the middle, but it's as good as I can possibly get it. I don't know how to fix it by myself. I don't know how to fix it. Anyways, this is terrifying. Okay, great. Off we go. So after that terrifyingly terrible moment where I realized that, it was a wonderful moment when the agent was like, you didn't respond. I did sit down and reread my pages, made some changes, did some line edits, just did a final pass to make sure I was super happy with everything. And then I submitted it to her. So right now, an agent has my full manuscript. One agent has 50 pages, one agent has 100 pages, and one agent has 320 pages. Ooh. And I'm a bit nervous for the crushing rejection when 3 agents who've actually read my shit are all like, no. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. And I have been, since I sent the email, I've been alternately daydreaming about getting a call and then getting to go and send, hey, I got an offer, to all the people that I queried. I've been, practicing my author interview answers because who doesn't do that? And then I've been this is the worst book in the world. This is terrible. It's all broken. And then I've been somewhat reasonable, as in, I wonder if, I need to streamline the story a little bit. It felt a little rushed. Is rushed the word? Not rushed. It felt a little crowded in at the end, but at least I think I can say, I'm going to wait the required amount of time, see if I hear back from these agents. I may or may not. Again, you wait 2 months or something. So, end of March is pretty much when I'm calling this querying round done-ish, and we'll see where I am at the end of March, and then probably decide to do another edit. I guess I'm waiting on like hearing back from 8 other ones, but the majority of those I only queried a week ago. So I have like time to wait, you know, it's a slow process. So there still could be more requests, or there could be more rejections. I've gotten 1 rejection. So yeah, we'll see. I guess it's a waiting game. So I'm trying to just be like, you can't control this. Like, you can't control what they think of it. You can't control if they like it. You can't control if they don't like it. But yeah, I was feeling pretty calm about the whole querying thing, despite the massive reaction I had to my first request. I was just kind of like in, I call it whitewater rafting mode, where I'm like, we're just doing the thing, we're just going forward. Except, yeah, sending the full manuscript just made me really go into like spirals of self-doubt. And finally, you know, I texted my friend, and she's like, the agents will tell you if it needs work. Either they'll tell me if it needs work by saying this is what needs work, or they'll reject it. They'll all 3 reject it, and then I'll know it needs work. So like, either way, I will know. I just have to wait and see, because there's nothing I can do at this point except write my next book, which I should go do. So that's this update. I'm so scared how I'm gonna react to these rejections, but you know what? It's just a piece of feedback. That's all. It's just a piece of feedback, and I think it's harder when you get requests because you build up your hope. Like, there's some interest, right? There's some interest, but it's much better just to think of it as a data point for a much longer journey. So that's the mindset we're going for. That's the ideal mindset. If we can get close to that, that's good. All right, talk to you later. All right, I just got out of a meeting, and while I was in the meeting, I got a rejection from the partial that I sent out in December. So first request ever, and then this, I think I sent this like December 16th, and this is the rejection for it. And you know, it's very nice. It's just, thank you for sharing the partial. I appreciate you trusting with your work. It didn't leave me with a must-have feeling that I rely on to know I'll be someone's perfect champion, so I'm stepping aside. I wish you only the best in finding your perfect champion. And what's really funny to me is that like literally the next email in my inbox from 30 minutes earlier was from Alyssa Matizik's Substack with the key ingredient of any author-agent relationship. And it says like, the right agent will share your passion and excitement for your book. You're not looking for any literary agent, you're looking for the right one. Which is true. And quite honestly, I think when I talked to this agent in a pitch competition, or it wasn't a pitch competition, it was a what was it? It was a conference, like critique of a query. She was excited about it. Like, she thought that the premise was cool, but I did think that I sold a certain element that I don't think was in it. So she was like, oh, I like that she's an unreliable narrator. And I was like, ooh, not an unreliable narrator. And I changed my query since then. And so to like minimize that aspect and make it not seem like it, but I could see like, you know, that's one thing that I thought of. And I'm like, okay, you know, it's the first thing is like, your heart goes, ooh, and then you go, ugh, and then, you know, fair enough. It's been 2 months since I sent my first round of queries, so I am assuming, I think that it's like basically an assumed rejection, although I sent them right before Christmas, so there's still like a tiny chance that I'm not going to worry about it. There's an assumed rejection from the other 2 or 3 that I sent on December 14th, so like close no reply because it's been 2 months. Okay, so I'm going through and just updating my query spreadsheet. Basically, at this point, all of my December queries are closed out. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sent in December. I had a partial request from that was just rejected. The rest of them, one I got an actual rejection for,
One I currently have as like a self-rejection. I just put it as a no because it, I reread something on their page and I was like, maybe this isn't the best fit. So I've taken them out of the running myself. And then I have two that it's been 2 months. So I have them closed no reply at 2 months. Because both agencies say like 4 to 8 weeks for a response. You know, that's always really slow and there are exceptions, but most likely we're closed no response there. So that's fine. That means I have 4 queries sent about a week and a half ago out, or 20 days ago, 3 weeks ago out. And then I have 2 requests still out from about 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, here we go. I'm just like, I just got another full request. I like opened it, I got the email just now and I opened it and I was like, you know, my heart was already sinking. And then it was like, I want to read it. What? This is so cool. Oh my God. Okay, that's crazy. Wait, who is he? Let me look. Because I think this agent, let's see, because why don't I see that? Oh my God. I'd already graded this agent out because it had been 2 months because I queried him December 14th. And I grade him out because it's been 2 months, but he would like to read it. Shit, that's crazy. Okay. And it was a full request. I'm like scared, but I guess I just send it. It's ready. Oh my God, I'm so scared. Oh, I'm so scared. Okay. Okay, we'll do it. I'll process. Like, is there anything I want to edit right now? I can't just edit because I've already sent it out to other people. It's fine. Okay. That's nuts. Just to round it out, yesterday or the day before, I got a rejection from one of my January 23rd queries. It is February 23rd. So that was like exactly a month. And I love it when they send you actual rejections. That is nuts. I literally grade that person, this agent, out. And I was like, nope. Okay. We're good. We're good. This is so happy. Oh my God. This is so cool. Got a rejection on a partial from Query Manager. It was nice, obviously a nice rejection. Keep me in mind. Not the right fit, can't offer at this time. They loved reading. Thank you for letting me read, blah, 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 blah. So, you know what? That works. I'm not that disappointed. Especially because I've like put the hold on the querying until I hear back from all of my partials and fulls that are out. So what it means is, hey, I have an opportunity to improve it before I send more agents, which is good. It's really good. So